Welcome back, second graders. Today we're going to be working on Eureka Module 5, Lesson 9. So let's get our brains working and let's get started. Our objective today is we are going to relate manipulative representations to the addition algorithm. So that means we're going to be working with place value chips along with the standard algorithm that we should all be practicing. Okay, so things to remember. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. It's so important that we remember that word because that's usually what we're finding when we're trying to add. And then we also have to remember that 110 is equal to 10 littles. And also 10 tens is equal to 100. So things that you'll need for our lesson today, you'll need your place value mat, and you'll also need your place value chips. And if you don't have those, you can also just draw everything out on a whiteboard. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we're just going to jump right into our concept, and we're going to start with this problem right here. 407 plus 385. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write that problem in vertical form, and I'm going to make it a little easier for me to solve. So let's go ahead and put it in vertical form just like that, but we're also going to represent this problem with the place value mat. So I've got my place value mat, so if you have your place value mat, go ahead and get that out. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we need to do is we have 427. We need to represent that number on the place value chart. So I have 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 7 ones. So there they are, 4 hundreds, 2 tens, 7 ones, 427. Okay, now this is adding, not subtracting. So I'm not going to take numbers away. I'm going to put more on for the next number. And the next number is 385. So I want you to take a moment, and if you have your place value chips, go ahead and build that number underneath. So you should have 3 hundreds, 8 tens, and 5 ones. Okay, now we're ready to get started. So I'm going to take a look right here at my ones place. I need to start with my ones. I need to focus on my ones. So the first thing we need to ask ourselves is how many ones do we have? I see 12 ones. Now remember, when we have 12 ones, we have to trade at 10 littles for one big. We've got to bundle or regroup. So let's go ahead and get 10 of those littles. And let's go ahead and transfer them over and make a big. So now what do I have? So I have a 10 and a 2. So when I put that in my algorithm, it's going to look like this. Do you see how it lines up nice and straight? And my new bundle down below is right there on the equal sign because I don't want to forget to add that. Now, I've always said in the past, if you have been doing math with your grown-up and your grown-up says to put the 1 on the top, that's totally fine. I always like to say, put your 10 up high and your 1s down low. Because when you put your 10s up high and your 1s down low, you're remembering to put your 10 up there and then your 1s are down with the 1s. So now that we're done with our 1s, let's go ahead and focus on our 10s. So how many 10s do I have here? Well, I have 9 on the bottom and then I have 2 more. So I have 9 and 2. Now remember, I started with 8, but I added that extra 10. So let's go ahead and I've got to make another bundle. So I'm going to circle 10 of them, and now I have a new 100. And then I've got to put my 110 down right there. So I have 110 left over, and now I have a new 100. So let's go ahead and focus on our hundreds. So if I have my hundreds, I'm going to count them up, and you can see I have 8 because I had 4 and 3, and then I added 1 more. So now I have 8 hundreds. So my answer is 812. And you can see that this problem had a double bundle. I had to bundle 2 times to get my final answer. Now, sometimes the place value mat and the algorithm is not for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and put the algorithm right here for you so you can see it. And I want you to look at this. It's the same problem, 427 plus 385. Now what happens if we break that number apart? For example, I have 4 hundreds, and that's equal to 400. I have 2 tens, so that's 20. And then I have 7 ones, and that's 7. So let's go ahead and look at our next number. I have 3 hundreds, which is 300. And then I have 8 tens, which is 80. And then I have 5 ones. So what if I get my hundreds and I put them together and I make 700? And then what if I get my tens? I have 20 and 80, and I put them together and I make 100. And then what if I have 7 and 5 and I put those together and I make 12? What would I do with those numbers to get my answer? Well, I can add them together just like that. So that's another way to make our problem a little easier. So if I put those together, well, 700 plus 100 is 800, and then plus 12 is 812. So you can also get your answer that way. So this is why I want you to get your whiteboard out so you can practice making this. And if you need to, you can also put it in vertical form. So you could say I started with 700 plus 100 plus 12. And then if I put it together, my answer is 812, and look how easy that is to add if you use this strategy. So let's go ahead and try another problem. So my next problem is 672 plus 249. Okay, so there it is in vertical form. So I'll go ahead and take a moment and write that on your whiteboard, and I want you to try to solve it on your own. Okay, now let's go ahead and check our answers together. So I'm going to use my place value mat too, so that way you can see this on the place value mat. And remember, what we need to do is we need to write our first number. I have 6 hundreds, 7 tens, and 2 ones. Now remember, this is addition. So the bottom number, I'm going to add those to my chart. So I have 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 9 ones. Now it's time to get started with addition. We're going to focus on that one spot. So I have 2 ones plus 9 ones, and that equals 11. So can I bundle? Yes, I can bundle. So let's go ahead and make a bundle. And you can see they're going to go right over, and I have a new 10 now. So how do I write that on the algorithm? Well, I have a new 10, and I have 1 1 left over. So when I write it on the algorithm, I put my new groups below, and then I put my ones with my ones. So put your tens up high and your ones down low. So now let's go ahead and go to our tens place. So when I have my tens, I have 7 on the top, and now I have 5 on the bottom because I started with 4, but then I have my new group of 10. So 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. So can I make a new bundle? Yes, I can make a new bundle of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and circle a group of 10, and I'm going to send that over to my hundreds, and now I have a new 100. So what does that look like on the algorithm? Well, there's my new 100, and now I have 2 tens left. So now we can focus on that 100. And let's count them up. I have 6, and then I have 3 more, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 hundreds. So my answer is 921. And again, this problem required 2 bundles, so this was a double bundle problem. Okay, so I'm starting with my algorithm again, and let's go ahead and try to do it where we make our problem a little easier by stretching our number out. So I'm going to write the problem there, 672 plus 249, and I have 670 and 2. Let's break the other number apart. I have 200, and I have 40, and I have 9. So if I make this problem a little easier, I'm going to go ahead and put those hundreds together. So 600 plus 200 is 800. 70 plus 40 is equal to, well, 70 plus 30 is 100. So one more group of 10 is 110. And then 2 plus 9 is equal to 11. So remember, I can just add those numbers up. Now remember, if this is a little difficult for you to do in horizontal form, change it to vertical form. But you can see that this is the same answer, 921. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like in vertical form. So there's 800, 110, plus 11, and look how nice and easy that is to add. I have a 1 in my ones place, and I have 2 in my tens place, and then I have 9 hundredths. So you can see I get the same answer with either way. So this is just another strategy that might help you out with your addition. So that's it. So let's go ahead and take a look at 2 problems in your problem set, and let's see how you could work them out. Okay, so this is your first problem. Now I have 2 ways set up to help you. Now if you want to use your place value mat and you have that in front of you, you can absolutely do that too. But you can either solve it with the algorithm, or if you want to try solving it this way, you can do that. And I broke it down for you. So look, I have 300 plus 100. What would that equal? Well, that would equal 400. And then I have 70 plus 90. Okay, I know that 7 plus 9 is 16. So 70 plus 90 is equal to 160. And then I have 5 plus 7, and that is equal to just 12. So if I put those all together, you can get a piece of paper and write them down and line them up. So if I put them all together, you could see I have 400 plus 100, so that would be 500. And then for my tens place, I have 6 and 1, so that would be 70. And then I have 2 ones left. So my answer is 572. Okay, so that is one strategy that you can try, or if you like to do the algorithm, you can show me your work right here. And we also have this problem here where we have it broken down for you. This one's a little easier than the first one. So go ahead and show me what you got and try out whichever strategy you want, and you'll get the answer either way. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.